Look at this painting transform. All these different perspectives are available to you. All these different rooms, all these different opportunities, custom to make your vision stand out. Okay, custom to honor the entirety of your vision, a whole spectrum. And you want to stay here. Why? Welcome back to my channel. My name is FAERIE, and today I want to talk about how I stopped waiting on permission to pursue my purpose. So if you are an artist or a creative and you're feeling restrained or lost or lacking direction, if you're feeling trapped in the rat race or in the 9 to 5, if you've been putting off starting the YouTube channel or opening your business or starting your business or posting or just putting yourself out there, and out of fear or doubt or other people's projections, this video is for you. I'm going to share with you, I have a new setting because I have another metaphor, okay? I have another visual metaphor. If you know, you know. I'm going to share with you the mindset shift that brings me clarity and peace and direction every day, and allows me to move through doubt and fear and pursue my purpose with tenacity and with courage, despite the odds, despite other people's opinions, despite all of that. Okay, let's get into it. So let's get into the metaphor. Girl, scoochies. Okay, take a look at this painting. Please excuse the shaking. I'm on my bed because that's the only way this video was going to work. Bear with me. Okay, take a look at this painting. Now, this painting is going to represent your vision, your life, your path, your purpose, okay, your life's work, okay, your calling, and you, essentially, okay? And then I want you to think about the lighting, okay? The lighting of this room is going to represent your perspective, your limiting beliefs, your programming, your inherent biases, your internalized systems and hierarchies, okay? Your vices, limiting habits, your perspective, your outlook, as well as the outlook of society, okay? The lens of society, perspective, how you are viewing your purpose and how your purpose is being viewed, how you've been taught to view yourself, the world, etc. Okay? Are you with me? Bear with me, it's all gonna click. So look at the painting under this lighting. Now, the camera quality might go down for a bit, but it's gonna play into my point. So just bear with me. We're gonna change the lighting. Bear with me for 5 minutes of bad quality to prove my point. Look at how the painting has transformed, okay? Look at how your vision and your view of yourself and your path has been distorted through your own eyes and through others. Consider this lighting the default programming, okay? This is the default beliefs and perspectives of the masses, okay? This lighting, this perspective that majority of us have been taught, believes in the binary, believes in climbing the corporate ladder, okay? The 9 to 5 rat race, it believes in elitism, it believes there's only one pathway to success, okay? Look at how much detail has been lost in the painting. You can't even recognize this painting. The entire essence of the painting has been shifted because of this perspective. But the painting hasn't changed itself, okay? Some of the details have been gone, distorted, lost, omitted because of this lighting. But that doesn't mean they're not there. Stay with me, okay? I know you can barely see me. Stay with me. Think about this lighting, the perspective. What is creating this filter or this lighting or these lights? Programming and wiring, okay? Ask yourself who the manufacturer is, okay? Who created the default settings? Did they have your best interest in mind when they were writing the coding, okay? Most likely, your vision and your purpose were not even considered at all when the coding was written. This coding was meant to center the perspectives and the benefit of one demographic, one very narrow, small amount and type of person. If you know, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Now, here is where the shift is. Did you know that you have the remote? Did you know that you have the remote? Let's change the lighting. So under this lighting, the default programming, we'll call it, this painting looks haunting. Under red, under this lighting, look at how much it's changed. It looks threatening. Remember, you have the remote, okay? You can change your perspective, your outlook, the way you view yourself, your future, your purpose. You can start seeing new solutions, new pathways right now. You have the remote. Don't forget that, okay? Under this lighting, this painting looks threatening. Let's change it one more time. Bear with me with this lighting, okay? Okay, under this lighting, under green, under green, this painting glows. Look at how enchanting this painting looks in this lighting, okay? You have the remote, but the painting remains the same the entire time, okay? This is how your purpose looks under different programming, okay? Now, my point has been made. Let's go back to normal lighting so that you can actually see me. We just looked at your purpose under several different perspectives, okay? You get to choose. Do not forget that you have the remote. You've had it the whole time, okay? You are not lost. You are not lost. You were just looking at your life through someone else's settings. Settings that didn't even have you in mind, okay? Society trains us to see through fear, to see through limitation, comparison, and then calls it realism. But your vision and your pathway is not missing. It's just not visible under the default lighting. It's just not visible under the default lighting, right? All you need to do is adjust your settings, your actions, your thoughts, okay? Your environment, all right? You get to tune all of your perspective to whatever is in your benefit. Never forget this. All right. Now, I blind myself every time. Let me get back to my point. So, you have the remote. The manufacturers may have programmed you with school, TV, and everyone around you and your family, okay? They may have written your initial coding, but the parts are yours. You can start hacking your wiring today, okay? You can start seeing a pathway to your purpose, to your destination today, because you have always had the remote. This metaphor, okay, can be applied to so many things. Let me put this back. Okay, this metaphor can be applied to so many things. For example, when you tell your family or your friends or whoever, when you reveal your dreams to people, and that you want to be a creative entrepreneur or a performer or a writer or whatever, and they automatically project their fear onto you. They automatically tell you that's not a real job. They give you that fake sideways, well, I wish you the best of luck. They give you some sideways answer that leaves you feeling, that has you leave the conversation feeling doubtful and discouraged and disappointed, okay? You do not need to take any of that personal, because here's the difference between you and them. They don't even have the programming to see your vision, okay? They literally can't even see it. They literally can't even picture it. They're so deep in their programming, they don't even know that a remote exists. They don't know they have the remote. 2, they don't know that there is even any other perspectives outside of that blue. That is all they can see. That is their truth, okay? And when they're looking at your painting from that perspective, that's really what it looks like. Like, they really cannot see the full thing, the full beauty, the full expansiveness of your vision. They can't hold it. They're not big enough. So you don't have to take that personal. You don't have to let that plant any doubt in you, because you already know they don't have the bandwidth to even see your vision. And that's not their fault necessarily. And it's nothing that you need to internalize. There's no truth in it. Okay? Let's keep going. This can be applied to beauty standards, okay? The beauty of your body and your vision. The default programming is not diverse. So when you see a narrative about the way you look or certain features that you have, whether this is on social media, whether this is in dating preferences, whether this is in statistics, okay, you know that some people don't have the programming to even see the beauty in certain features, okay? That doesn't mean it's not there. Leave the room. You do not have to stay on spaces like that. You do not have to stay in spaces, mental or physical, that limit you, that aren't aligned, that harm you, okay? You do not have to stay in any space that is unaligned, that is harming you, that you have grown too big for, that is hurting you, okay? Mental or physical. You don't have to stay there. So close the app, turn off the show, whatever you need to do. It's that easy. Okay, so this can be applied to outside perspectives and people, outside opinions projecting their lens onto you, okay? This can be applied to beauty standards, and this can be applied to yourself. If what you're looking for could be achieved and sustained with the mindset, the habits, and the perspective that you have right now, you would have already found it. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. If you do not see a pathway, you need to change something. You're in the wrong perspective. If you don't see a pathway, that doesn't mean that it's not there. You need to change something. You need to look for it. You're looking in the wrong direction because that's what the programming is meant to do. It's meant to misdirect you. I'm getting ahead of myself, okay? If you think about your purpose, okay, and you automatically shut it down, that YouTube channel, okay, that art business, that book, that dance, that song, that is your escape plan. That thing that you keep shutting down, that thing that as soon as it comes up in your mind, your first thought is, no, that's unrealistic, I won't be able to do it, things like that don't work out for people like me. Hush. You see that? All those thoughts, those are in your old perspective that can't hold your vision. You need to change it, and you need to change it today. Just because when you're in that perspective, of course you cannot see a pathway. That doesn't mean that it's not there. As soon as you start shifting your mindset, start believing in what is possible for you, start taking the steps, the pathway starts unfolding, okay? If you don't see an exit, you need to make one. Because the programming didn't have you in mind. Of course they didn't make an exit for you. Stop looking for a pathway already paved. There isn't one. You need to pave it. If you don't see a pathway, start paving it, okay? You have the tools. You might have to be the first, okay? You might have to look delusional, okay? But you know what I think is delusional? Working for a majority of your life. Spending 40 years of your life working and recovering from work. That sounds delusional to me. So delusional I'll be if choosing myself is delusional. Okay, so basically, the universe already had a pathway cleared for you this entire time. You just couldn't see it. And others may not be able to see it either, but it is there. There is a pathway to your dreams. And if you start aligning with the version of you that has it, with their actions, their thoughts, okay, things will start changing. I'm literally living proof, okay? If you feel constricted, if you feel a sense of impending doom when you think about spending the rest of your life working and recovering from work, okay, or spending the next 30 plus years doing that, that's because it is constricting. You know that you are meant for more, and there is more for you. Do not allow yourself to be gaslit, okay? Stop waiting for confirmation from people who either have never questioned their own programming or never had you in mind when writing it. I'm going to say that again. Stop waiting for confirmation from people who have never questioned their programming or never had you in mind when writing it, okay? Let's keep going. The default settings are only a small spectrum of what is possible for you, okay? The default settings are only a small spectrum of what is possible. As many people as there are in the world, that's how many pathways there are to success. You aren't stuck. You are not stuck. Have you even tried? Have you even tried? Or have you already condemned your future or have you already projected your fears onto the future before you have even taken a step? Before you have even put one brick down on your path, okay? You are not lost. You are just misdirected. You have actually been intentionally misdirected from your purpose. So yes, that idea that you keep instinctively shutting down, that idea, yes, that one, in the back of your head right now while you're watching this video, that is your pathway. That is your escape plan, okay? I'm about to bring the lights back out. Look at this painting. Look at the spectrum of the ways that it can transform. Hold on, something ain't right because it ain't getting all the colors. There we go, that's a little better. Look at this painting transform. All these different perspectives are available to you. All these different rooms, all these different opportunities, custom to make your vision stand out. Okay, custom to honor the entirety of your vision, a whole spectrum. And you want to stay here. And you want to stay here. Why? Why? You don't have to. Here you cannot see any of the unique opportunities. You will not find the aligned, soul-aligned community meant to help you and uplift you to your vision. You will not find the opportunity. You will not be able to find the words to write. You will not find the lyrics to write. You will not find the notes to sing. You will not find the content to film in this mindset. Let it go. You have so many options. You have, I just turned my lights off. Sorry, y'all. You have so many options. There is so much more than this. Look, let me show you. And you have the remote. And you literally have the remote. You can change your mindset. You can change the outcome of your future at any moment. Start today. Start right now. Okay. So let me turn this off. Let me turn this back on. Okay. I blind myself every time. I want to give you some examples. Okay. So some examples from my life when I wasn't pursuing my purpose. I was miserable, okay? I was jealous. I was jealous of other people who were pursuing their purpose. I was bitter. I wasn't happy with myself and my life, and I was sad, you know? I wasn't happy and I was scared. I was scared every day. And I was just so focused on the negative, and I was so focused on lack, and I just lived in lack. But this is what pursuing my purpose just for 4 months. In January 2025, I decided to really commit. I have terrible ADHD. I had never locked in consistently a day in my life for long enough to see the kind of results I wanted to. So January 2025, I decided to commit to launching my Etsy store, to posting consistently on TikTok and on YouTube, and I started from 0 in January. So just going on 5 months, okay? From January, I grew my account from 0 to where am I at? Where am I at now? 2.8K. I think that's freaking amazing. Okay, 2.8K. I'm literally like 2 weeks from reaching the first tier of monetization. I built my Etsy shop from 0 to now I have a star seller badge, okay? I have had people film unboxing videos of my packages. What else? I have gotten amazing comments about my content on YouTube from 0. I literally started from 0. I was posting with crickets at one point, okay? What else? I launched my Etsy store. I built my Etsy TikTok from 0 to 4,000 followers. I know these numbers may not seem big, but they're really big to me, okay? And I was starting with 0, okay? Literally, when I was the only one with the vision in my head, when I had 0 followers, I kept showing up. If you show up, change will happen. Detach from the outcome and just show up and enjoy showing up, because you're finally bringing to life the visions you've been dreaming of and that have only existed in your mind for years. Now is the time to finally bring them to life. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. What else have I done? I went on my first solo trip last month. No, I'm the first in my family to have a passport. Okay, I'm also first generation, first artist and entrepreneur in my family. Okay, and I grew up classic single mom household on Section 8, and I'm still doing it. And I'm not just doing it, I'm actually succeeding. Okay, you have no excuse. I made excuses for myself for so long that things like this don't work out for people like me. Like, I kept looking for a blueprint. I am the blueprint. Okay, sometimes you just have to be the first, and that's okay. Let me get into the things I actively did that really changed everything. One, I stopped waiting to feel ready enough. You're never going to feel ready enough. If you've been living in a lack mindset and that default programming based off of fear, comparison, limitation, lack, meant to keep you in lack for years, which most of us have, it's going to be scary and it's going to be hard to reprogram years of thinking, but it will be so worth it and so rewarding. It's just like skydiving or jumping out of a plane. Even though you know you have a parachute, even if you have an instructor attached to you, it doesn't make it any less scary. It does not make it any less scary. Especially for, I'm talking to us generational curse breakers here, okay? You're going to feel crazy, but it doesn't mean that you're wrong. Unfamiliar does not equal unsafe. Uncomfortable, yes. You might have to get very used to being uncomfortable, but everything that you want lies in that threshold of discomfort. You are the permission slip. Stop waiting on a permission slip from somebody. You are the permission slip, okay? You will never feel ready enough. Start today. You will never figure out all the logistics and all the research. Don't get caught in the perfectionism paralysis, okay? Start today. 2, I exposed myself to success stories and case studies. I started watching YouTubers who were doing what I wanted to do, who I saw myself in, who looked like me, who I saw my story in, who had a similar background to me. And I just had those videos on repeat. I had those videos on repeat while I was creating. While I was making all my inventory for my Etsy store, I had these videos on YouTube. I had these videos on repeat in the background, okay? Constantly, you need to be constantly trying to counter the negativity that is being planted, the doubt that is being planted in our mind on a day-to-day basis. They are trying to enforce doubt and fear and lack on us, okay? Now, this is really important. I stopped seeing fear and doubt as barriers, and I started seeing them as guides and portals. As of now, your current programming is drawing the boundaries of your life. How is that going for you? As you approach this boundary, doubt and fear is going to meet you there. And whether you're willing to move through it is whether you're willing to expand or not. Everything you want lies in the unfamiliar, lies in the uncomfortable, lies in fear, lies in doubt. Look, let me tell you, I was terrified about my solo trip. I was so scared, but my solo trip literally quantum leapt me, and it showed me like what life looks like not on survival mode, like in my own space, in my own vibe, like no anxiety. I manifested the most like beautiful, like romantic experience. I'm talking like straight out of like a movie, like straight out of a daydream type experience, okay? Like, I went to an open mic last summer and I challenged myself to get on stage, and I ended up winning $200 at the very first open mic I ever went to, okay? When you take aligned action, as scary as it is, and you push through that fear, you will get rewarded, and quickly, okay? Also, the next thing that I did, I started educating myself on what was really going on in my nervous system and in my body. Not just limited programming, but if you've dealt with any like trauma, you likely have a or any extended trauma or childhood trauma, you likely have a dysregulated nervous system, which I definitely do, and I'm still healing. And that can show up as, just intense anxiety, and pessimism and all types of things. But really it's that our brains will make anything unfamiliar feel unsafe. It will trigger that fight or flight response. like we're being chased by a bear when really we're just going to sing in front of a few people. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I started learning what was really going on in my brain and started reaffirming to myself that in these situations when I really felt scared and I really was on the verge of a panic attack, when all I was doing was trying to raise my hand in class, you know what I'm saying? I started understanding that, and it helped me move through fear because I realized I'm not actually unsafe right now. And I low-key just had to keep putting myself in uncomfortable situations. I stopped making excuses. I did it with very little money. I'm doing it with little money, very little to no resources, okay? And I'm still doing it. And I'm still doing it. And I'm succeeding. Literally already succeeding. First in my family to have a passport. First artist in my family, okay? First in my family to solo travel. First entrepreneur in my family, okay? Somehow I'm still doing it. Somehow the universe has literally made it work, okay? Little to no money, and I've traveled to several countries. The first in probably the most traveled in my immediate family and in my family, period. The universe will clear a pathway for you. I promise you, okay? I graduated college with very little debt. Like, I still have some student debt, don't get me wrong, but like very doable in this world, okay? Somehow traveled to several countries, okay? And I didn't have to pay for most of them. Like, some of them were scholarships, some of them were friends took me. Like, the universe will clear a pathway for you if you just start considering it a possibility. If you just stop shutting it down immediately. You don't know what's possible for you. You don't know everything. Give the universe a chance to surprise you. Okay. And lastly, I stopped waiting on miracles and I started noticing them, okay? I stopped waiting on miracles and started noticing them. I took a look at my life and the things that I've been through and realized that I am the miracle, okay? Some of the stuff, you would not believe some of the stuff I've been through. Like, I feel like I'm perceived as like a very happy, optimistic person. You would not believe the life that I've had, okay? And I still have managed to choose joy, still have managed to chase my dreams despite the odds. I'm doing it scared, okay? I'm doing it with ADHD, okay? I'm doing it low income. I'm doing it with very little resources. I'm literally filming on my phone, okay? You should see my setup right now. It's very DIY, okay? And I'm still doing it because I've made it through so many things. I know I can make it through this. Okay. Stop waiting on miracles and started noticing them. This entire planet is a miracle. We're on a floating rock in We're on a floating rock in space, in massive space. We're literally made from stardust. That's not even like woo-woo. Like our periodic table is made from the emissions of stars. I'm not a scientist. I don't know if I said that correctly, but it is, okay? We're on a floating rock in space with no known ends, no known boundaries. Like, does that not sound like magic to you? Anyways, right. So that is the end of my spiel, okay? You have the remote. Woo, that was a lot. And I think that's everything I had to say. If this video helped you at all, I have a link down below. And if you struggle with comparison at all, comparing yourself to other people, not feeling solid in where you're at, feeling behind, I have a free guide with 2 journaling prompts and a written piece, a written mindset shift similar to this one, to really help you dissolve that blockage. It's free. You can sign up down below. It's also my email list, and it's an excerpt from something I'm working on called Art is Alchemy, where I take all my knowledge, all my mindset shifts and metaphoric medicine that I've gathered over years of suffering, and I put it all in one book, and it covers everything. It covers doubt blockages, fear blockages, trauma, shadow work, and it gives you different practices to work through it, and it has the mindset shifts for all of it. Okay, I put it all in one book, and that will be coming out at the end of the month, May 30th. So if you're interested in that and you also want a free guide, it will be linked below. Everything will be linked below, and it's linked on my channel. And so yeah, if you just like to stay in touch, you can go ahead and click that. I'm working on a lot of things, and I'm thinking, if you just want the space to just talk about your vision without the fear or pressure to be realistic or practical, or the fear of being judged or having fear projected onto you, and you just want to talk about your vision and expand on it, I'm thinking about being that person for some people. So yeah, that's also what I'm working on. And if that interests you at all, could you comment a fairy? Okay, anything else? Yes, if you liked any of the artwork in this video, I am an artist, and I do have an Etsy shop. And if you just like to support, I have everything linked in the descriptions. If you'd like to make an offering and tip the artist, everything is listed. Oh my god, I just need to be so real right now. Just like doing the marketing side, advocating for like my Etsy shop and for like tips and for, you know, the stuff that I'm building and selling is really challenging. Like, it's really cringy to me, but it's also like it's part of the journey and the process, and I do have a lot of value to offer, so I'm working on advocating for myself. But I just had to get that off my chest, how awkward I feel and how hard it is. But I'm gonna keep doing it, and I appreciate all those who support me and show up for me. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful, and I really hope it helped someone out there and that someone needed to hear this. And before I go, I just want to leave you with some words from your fairy god sister, fairy god friend, fairy god guide, whatever you want to call it. I'm a little young to be a fairy godmother, but I just want to tell you this. There is a pathway for you to your dreams. There is a way for you to get there. You are not lost. You are not stuck. And it is safe to try. It is safe to take the leap of faith. And it is time. You are ready right now. You are enough right now. You have value to offer right now. And I'm doing it with you, okay? I'm doing it with you, and I believe in you. You got this. There is a pathway for you. You are ready today. You are talented enough today. You are qualified enough today. There is a pathway for you. You can succeed. You will succeed. You just need to show up. I'm not saying it will be easy, because it is spiritual warfare. But the hardest part is mental. If you move in alignment, you will be rewarded. Love you. Bye.